Hello, everyone. Oh, let me turn this off. I think my ear. Okay, it's not on. Okay. Hey, everybody. Good evening, good night, wherever you are. Good morning, but for me, it's night. Good evening. 7:20. It's 7:25 p.m. So that's night, right? Good evening. When does evening end and when does night begin? I can't remember. I was just in Embracing Life Live. Wait, I was just in Embracing Life Life's Live. So I'm here. So I'm curious, have you guys watched my latest video yet? I just posted a video today, and the video, excuse me, the video is about a child sex abuse survivor, and it's a male. It's a man, and I had to highlight that because, men don't usually want to talk about their feelings. Men don't usually want to talk about the abuse that they had as a child. There are many damaged men walking around, and instead of healing and talking about it, they just hurt others. So I really do appreciate when a man can be honest about his feelings, be honest about his past, get the help he needs, and don't take it out on other people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people, I'm not going to say accidentally, but sometimes people end up bleeding on other people because people don't know how to process their trauma. So they end up hurting other people. You know, the saying goes, hurt people hurt people. So if you have not, everyone, if you're subscribed to my channel or not subscribed to my channel, and you have not watched my latest video that was posted today, please watch it. I really appreciate the man, his strength. His name was Andrew, I believe. Yeah, Andrew. And you could tell he was a little bit nervous, so maybe he's just like his personality. But it's not easy coming forward on camera, telling people about what you have been through. And he talked about how it can happen to anybody. Any child is vulnerable to being sexually abused. He came from a good family, in the suburbs, but he still was abused. So it doesn't matter if you're poor, rich, any child is vulnerable to abuse if you don't have the right kind of caregivers around you. Oh, I just hurt my foot. If you don't have the right kind of caregivers around you, or you don't have the right kind of people watching, any child is vulnerable. So like, you cannot assume because they're rich or they're well off or they have this and this person around them, doesn't mean anything. Because somebody can come from a really big family and still be like a prey to a lot of these predators, because a predator is just looking for the right opportunity. So I really appreciate when survivors come out, and I especially appreciate when men come out, because it's just, we need more men to talk about it. Normalize talking about your feelings. If there's any men in the chat, leave a comment. Do you like to talk about your feelings? Do you think it's cowardly, or do you think it's like feminine to talk about your feelings? I hate that, men were raised to be rough and tough and don't talk about your feelings and rah, rah, rah. But we need men more than ever to be vulnerable, to open up, to talk, and to express themselves in a healthy way. There's a lot of toxic, you know, there's some toxic men out there who make it seem like men are supposed to be rough. And if you're soft and if you express your feelings, then there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with a man expressing. It's the way you do it. You know what I'm saying? It's the way you do it. But you got to give people space to share their story. I mean, you wonder why victims don't come out, because the way people make you feel. How it doesn't make it make sense where we in a world where when a victim comes out to share their abuse story, that they are blamed. Like, well, what did you do? What were you wearing? I don't know where that kind of mindset came from, and I really think it came from predators. The abusers somehow gaslit people, trick people into thinking that the person who's coming out to tell their truth is in the wrong. Why do people automatically assume that the victim is lying? Even in law, it says innocent until proven guilty. And I'm wondering where that mindset came from. Is it because of the whole everybody is innocent until proven guilty? For me, it's like, why is a child put on the hot seat when they're coming out to share their story? Why would it be assumed that a child is lying? Who put this this whole, children are the devil kind of mindset that children lie. Yes, children can lie, but when they're talking about sexual abuse and any type of abuse, why would you assume they're lying? Yes, children might say, "Oh, I didn't eat the cookie," but they really ate the cookie. I'm not the one who spilled the water, but they spilled the water. Yes, children can lie, but we need to normalize that children tell the truth when it's important, when it matters. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Ria Nan Dehart. I apologize if I said your name wrong. Welcome to the chat. You said hi. Hello to you. How are you? Where are you in the world? I'm in the USA, in the Midwest. And it is fall right now. And it is 7:30 p.m. Eastern Central Time. So let me know, where are you in the world and what's the weather like? What's the time? If you feel comfortable sharing. I'm in Mont. Oh, you're in. Okay. Ria Not. Oh my God, I feel like I'm messing up your name. Rhiannon the Hearts. Rhiannon says, I'm in Montana. I haven't been to Montana before. Okay, thank you for putting how I'm supposed to say it. So Rhiannon. Okay, Rhiannon. Thank you. So I really appreciate the clarification. I hate to butcher people's names because I don't like to people butcher my name. So I appreciate that. Rhiannon. Okay, Rhiannon. And look, it looks simple, but I don't know why I was complicating it. What's the weather in Montana right now? If you don't mind sharing. And what time zone is Montana on? I can't remember. Anyway, it's 7:31 p.m. over here, Eastern time. But yeah, I was just asking, Rhiannon, are you subscribed to my channel? Or are you just new to the live? I make videos about survivor stories. I'm a survivor of childhood abuse and other abuses, and I'm tired of being quiet, and I want to share other people's stories, and I want to share some of my story and my experiences. And I'm here for survivors, support people, and I want us to normalize accountability, for abusers when they do people wrong. Rhiannon says it's like partly cloudy and it's 5:31 p.m. Okay, so you're 2 hours behind. I appreciate the subscription, Rhiannon. I really appreciate it. So yeah, that's what I make videos about. So I post videos, news stories I hear about survivors, sharing their story, and I leave my commentary. And I also have been going live a lot lately. So I'll go live about a certain topic, or sometimes I'm random. Sometimes I allow the chat to kind of gear or steer, me and what I'm talking about. But I always try to keep it on something that's not too out there. I don't go too wild out there. I don't want to stray too far from what I usually talk about. But anything survivor related or whatever. But yeah, I was talking about my latest video that I posted hours ago, and I was just wondering if anybody watched it yet. It's about a male survivor who shared his sexual abuse story. He was abused when he was only 8 years old, and I applaud him for coming out and being public about what happened. It wasn't his fault, and he was just basically giving tips and giving tips and suggestions on how to talk to your child about safe touch, bad touch, good touch, bad touch. It's very important to talk to children. You have to normalize it. Talking to them at dinner time, talking to them when you're helping them with homework, talking to them when you're walking them to the bus stop or driving them to school or picking them up. Don't slip or slack on your parenting when it comes to talking to your children about predators, because the predators are hoping that you're not a smart parent. Predators are hoping that you don't talk to your children. You got to arm your children with the right tools and just always check up on them, because at the end of the day, they are children, so they may not do exactly what you hope them to do, but you got to be there to support and continue to guide them. Children are a very vulnerable population, and I don't understand why they aren't prioritized enough and why they haven't been prioritized enough. At this point, people who abuse children should be charged with some type of hate crime. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how we allow people to abuse the most vulnerable population. I know there's prison time and everything, punishments for child abusers, but so many people get slaps on the wrist, repeat offenders, and people who just shouldn't be parents are parents every day. I understand everyone has a right to give birth or to bring children into this world, but everyone truly isn't equipped. There's a lot of mentally unstable people and parents out there. and it's not enough support for them, and they are not asking for the help as well. You know, as a parent, it's your obligation to get the help. If you cannot support your child the way you need to, you have to, you know, find a safe haven for your child, whether you give them up for adoption, foster care system, or a trusted family or friend, or their other parent. It's very important to reach out and not feel ashamed for doing what you have to do. It's better to ask for help and put your child in a safe situation than to put them in harm's way. Parenting is hard. Being a human is hard. And when you already had your own traumas and stuff in the past, you're very susceptible and vulnerable to, you know, being mentally unstable, and that would affect your child. You know, look at Stephen Stearns, the Stephen Stearns case. I know you guys hear me, I talked about that a lot. You know, Jennifer Soto clearly was mentally unstable, and she had a daughter that she neglected. She allowed her boyfriend to step in and take over, and he sexually abused her daughter, and he allegedly killed her. He was the last person to see her alive. You know, you can't slack on your children. You can't normalize inappropriate behaviors because you're too tired to be a parent. So I'm always going to stress that. I'm glad that the camera is picking up the view not as dark, because like my view, looking at it through my eyes, is darker than what you're seeing. So I'm so glad for the camera picking up the best view, because it's getting late, and starting probably in a month or less, it's going to start getting really dark around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, probably 4 o'clock. Between 4 and 5 o'clock, it'll start getting dark. So I won't be able to go live like I want to coming up in the late fall. I'm going to have to try to find a way to squeeze in lives in the daytime, or I'm going to have to find a way to be creative and do it at night. But I'm not going to stop going live. I'm going to go live as much as I can, once a day, twice a day if I need to. Rhiannon says, yeah, I'm 12, but I know these two girls who are like little sisters to me. And we were at a park, and a 16-year-old I don't trust was there. Like, he showed up, so I took them home in the long way. Thank you, Rhiannon, for being a smart 12-year-old. If any situation makes you feel uncomfortable, you get out of it. Speak up. And I really admire you for being smart and listening to your gut, listening to the inner voice in you that's telling you something is wrong, something is off. Don't let anybody pressure you into doing anything you shouldn't be doing. Okay, so Rhiannon said, so he didn't see us. Okay, that's good. That's very good. Because certain age groups shouldn't be hanging out. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, a 16-year-old shouldn't be hanging out with a 12-year-old. You know? Some kids just mentally, you know, can jeopardize a certain age group that they hang out with. Like, certain age groups need monitoring, and certain age groups shouldn't like hang like that. It's just the kind of exposure some children has, you don't know. So anyway, children should be monitored by adults all the time anyway. It's too many children raising themselves. Rhiannon said, so he's like a stereotype jock who has hurt like injuries kids my age, so I never trusted him. And don't trust him. You know, he's probably, I don't know what happened to that 16-year-old, but when some kids who are bullies and abusive and destructive, sometimes they're abused at home, or they have something is going on with their mental health, and it's best to stay away from them because they're unpredictable. You don't know what they're going to do. You know, they could be a really cool person, but if you see their behaviors are abusive and violent, stay away. So you did the right thing, Rhiannon. You're a smart 12-year-old person, and you're going to make it far in life. Keep being smart. Keep listening to yourself. Keep making good decisions, and don't doubt yourself. You did the right thing. Because when you see something, you say something. And you look like you're going to be a very protective person when you get older. Rhiannon says, I have to leave, but I will watch your videos daily. Thank you so much, Rhiannon. I really appreciate it. You have a great night, and stay safe out there. But yeah, I love wise, you know, children who, you know, don't give into peer pressure. It's not easy, but you got to give children credit. I'm so amazed at, you know, some of the things that children say, how they think, and they're Children are way more smarter than we give them credit for. Way more smarter. You know, you can explain things to children on their level they can understand. Don't assume that they won't understand what you're talking about. If there's a message you need to tell children, try to break it down to their level, but don't assume they won't understand if you don't talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some parents who don't talk to their children about safe touch, bad touch, about predators, you know, being street smart, stranger danger. You have to talk to children. You can't assume that the school is going to teach them everything. You can assume that they know it all. And you can assume that they see what you're doing, so they're going to understand. Like, you have to still talk to them and break it down. It's just very important for a parent to have an open and good communication with their child. It's very, very important, because they're going to find the bad influences, and it'll be too late by then. You got to get it in early with children. You can't wait until it's too late. Prevention is better than the cure, they say. You know, you got to be proactive. Be proactive. Once I came out here, I sprayed some mosquito spray on me, because the mosquitoes are still in season. So I cannot stand the itchiness of mosquitoes. Look at the birds, look at the birds, look at the birds. So cute. I don't think the birds are quite getting ready for winter yet, because winter is not until December over here. So December 22nd, I think. So the birds have a lot of time to, you know, have a lot of time before they migrate. Birds are like so superior. Like, they can fly. They can just do almost anything they want. You know, they just have to watch out for other predators and the planes and humans. But I feel like if you ask people what kind of animal would they be if they could be an animal, I feel like a lot of people would say a bird, because you just take off and go where you want to go. That's like a superpower. So I respect to the birds. I don't respect when they poop on my car or poop on, you know, the patio and stuff like that. But they don't know any better. They're birds. This is nature. Before our cars existed and our homes existed, they were here and they were pooping on everything. So it's biodegradable. I'm not gonna stay on much longer, you all. It's getting dark, so I'm probably gonna stay on for like 3 more minutes. But I appreciate anyone who stepped into the live. I appreciate anyone who left the comments. I appreciate anyone who gave this video a view. If you're in the live right now, please like this video. I really appreciate your support. My channel is called Why Are Humans Like This? And I make videos about abuse survivors. I am a survivor. I'm not gonna give up, and I'm not gonna stop. And shout out to all the survivors. It's not an easy job, but we have to do it. We can't stop. We can't quit. We have to keep going. We can't give our abusers the satisfaction. There's people counting on us to quit and to break down and give up on life, but you got to keep going. And again, September is National Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month. So if you are having any suicidal thoughts, or you know anybody who's having any suicidal thoughts, or you notice any type of behaviors, please call or text 988 if you're in the U.S. I don't know about other countries what they do, but in the United States of America, you can call or text 988. Okay, it's very important to get help. If you feel like no one in your life loves you or supporting you, someone does love you. You may not even know them yet, okay? But you are wanted, you are appreciated, and you're here for a reason. There's billions of people on earth. So if, you know, the people you know in your life don't appreciate you, there's somebody else will. Like I said, there's so many opportunities to meet different kind of people. There are billions of people on earth. Thanks to social media, we're able to meet different kind of people. So you are not alone. You're not the only one with those feelings and thoughts. You're human. You know, give yourself, you have the right to feel how you feel. You have to process those feelings in a healthy way. But don't give up. Call or text 988 if you're having any suicidal thoughts or feelings, or if you know someone. You know, people tend to, you know, not care about things anymore, and they start giving their things away, and they're sad all the time. You know, those are some of the signs. So if you love people, if there's people in your life that you love and care about, you know, pay attention to them. There's so many people out here who don't feel like nobody cares about them. So make a difference in someone's life. It's better to be a giver than a taker. When you give, you get back. So you got to give love if you want to receive love. But I hope you guys got some message. If you're watching, please like this live. Why Are Humans Like This is my channel. I'm always trying to figure out why people behave the way they do, what caused it, what's the root, what's the source, just for a better understanding, not to excuse any behaviors, just for a better understanding. Accountability is very important. Man, woman, or whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to end this live. It's really getting dark. So I hope you enjoyed this live. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And, you know, do your thing. I hope everyone is having a great night or a great morning, great evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. I really hope you're doing well. All right, I'm going to end the live. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much if you've made a comment. Thank you so much if you're a subscriber. I really appreciate your support. I will try to have another video out this week. That's the goal, is to do 1 to 2 videos a week, but 2 would be ideal. And I'm going to go live as much as possible. I might go live every day, and I might even go live twice a day, like in the day or the morning and then in the evening. But expect a live from me. It could be different topics, or it could be just about the content that I've already put out. But it's always going to be mostly centered around survivor stories. All right, so I'm going to end the live now. Thank you for your support. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.